Hello! Tonight on the Elf Report, on the Cecil McTries channel, I, Cecil McFly, will introduce you to one of the first subjects of one of my first internet documentaries. Joe Cracker's tale is old, and back on May 8th, 2019, I published a video about a Zelda movie that was made to troll this individual. Joe Cracker saw the video, and he and I actually became friends, and he became one of my patrons. Today, I catch up with one of my first video subjects, Joe Cracker. Remember not to harass Joe. He's a neat guy. Welcome to the Elf Report, Joe Cracker. Alright, so we're ready to start.
Okay.
I'm here with Joe Cracker. He was the first subject of my documentaries I've ever done. It's an old video. And he's very well dressed today. Just show him your shirt, Joe. Crack a size. So we're just going to catch up with Joe today and talk about what he's been up to since the Crackumentary and the Zelda movie he was part of. So, Joe, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm surviving, seeing how the world almost ended on us with the whole COVID-19 stuff.
Yeah. What have you been doing during COVID?
Well, one thing, I haven't been able to see my grandma as much as I used to. Since our last interview, we had to put her in an assisted living house.
Was that before the virus hit?
Yeah, we managed to get her in before the virus hit.
Do you get to visit her there?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Do you have any other projects?
Any other projects? Yeah. I'm also I was also making a movie about her, like a documentary about her life and our family and her having to move to the assisted living facility. But when the pandemic hit, that's probably just going to end up changing the narrative of the whole thing, or at least part of it.
What was it originally going to be like?
It was originally going to be like several visits to her, at least one after another, because she's got Alzheimer's really bad, and last time I saw her, she actually talked about a daughter that she never had. Said her name and stuff. You know, I've actually been looking for people to interview. Like I could insert like a 1 or 2 minute clips into the movie to let random people talk about their family members and their experiences.
How old's your grandma?
She's I think she's in her 80s now.
Besides that, during the COVID stuff, have you done anything else?
I've watched more anime in a year than I have in my whole lifetime.
Yeah, what animes?
Oh my god, man. I'll name one for you.
Okay. Well, you like Izaki. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
What was that?
Domestic Girlfriend. You need to be mentally prepared to watch that one from beginning to end.
What is it about?
It's about this boy named Natsuo who has this crush on his teacher. And he goes to a mixer to meet a few people because he just believes that he'll never make it with his teacher. But while at the mixer, he meets this one girl who takes her to his home. Takes him to her home and basically asks him to have sex with her.
Okay.
Because you'll have to watch the show to
okay.
at that whole thing. It's on Crunchyroll, but it's also on High Dive and Verve dubbed.
Yeah, I have Crunchyroll. I've been watching Nagatoro. Have you seen that one?
Is that the one where the girl's constantly teasing the guy?
Yeah, I like that one. I've read it before the anime came out, and it's one of my favorite mangas.
Oh. Well, if you're gonna watch Domestic Girlfriend on Crunchyroll, how well do you understand Japanese?
Not at all. Do you speak Japanese, Joe?
Barely.
Oh, can you speak a little bit?
Ohayo, konbanwa.
That's better than me.
So, another thing that's been going on in the pandemic that I've been doing, the thing is, when I go into the stores, I wear a mask, and I also wear gardening gloves, if you can believe that.
Why?
This virus can get on your hands and stuff.
So you're very careful.
Yeah. And I don't know if you can tell, but the skin on my fingers here are peeling because of the hand sanitizer I've been using. And I'll give you a few guesses of what's in this bottle right here.
Is it the same thing that the bottle is labeled?
Not at all.
What is it? 3 guesses? Is it hand sanitizer?
It's homemade hand sanitizer.
Is there a Joe Cracker secret recipe?
It's not really a secret. I'll give it to you.
Okay.
1/2 cocoa butter rejuvenative lotion. The second half 190 proof grain liquor. Everclear.
Ugh. I was gonna say, can you drink it? But obviously you can with all the other stuff in it.
Oh, I would not drink this at all, but it does feel good on your hands. It's almost like a lotion. There's a few drops of hand sanitizer in it already.
So it works like a lotion hand. That's actually pretty cool. That's a cool idea. Like, I don't know, I use a lot of hand lotion because I have dry hands.
Yeah. If you got anything around your house that's like 190 proof alcohol that you drink.
I already drank it, Joe. I already drank all of it.
Oh man.
No, I could not drink Everclear. That stuff is disgusting to drink. Let's see. Well, the question I had for you that always interested me about you, because I didn't talk about it in my video, was that you wanted to run for office. And I want you to just like talk about it, because it interested me, but I don't know anything about politics. And that's like my favorite thing I never talked about you as a eccentric internet person.
Well, my congressman at the time, Mick Mulvaney, if you, some of your viewers might know him because he was a big subject in Trump's first impeachment trial in the Senate. He was also on his staff as well. At the time, he was actually my congressman.
Yeah.
And he voted against the fiscal cliff deal in the House, which was supposed to keep some portions of the Bush tax cuts from expiring. And thing is, it kept taxes for people in a smaller tax bracket low, but it would increase taxes for people in a higher tax bracket high. I basically went on Twitter and told him straight up, if he voted against this thing, I'd be the one running against him. And That's basically what I did.
Oh, how far did you get?
Well, I was basically the first declared candidate.
Were you? What
If
year
you go
was...
to I was a write-in candidate. I wasn't I didn't run I didn't run with a major party or anything. I wasn't running on the Libertarian ticket or the Democratic ticket. There's another political party here in South Carolina called the Working Families Party.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty much in line with the Democratic Party. They also endorsed Joe Biden, and if you get their endorsement, your name is posted on South Carolina's ballot twice.
How does that work? Like, is it two different votes?
Yeah, it's basically the same candidate can be listed twice. This was made a big deal by Stephen Colbert when his sister ran against Mark Sanford in that special election in the 1st Congressional District back in 2013. He actually went on his show and actually showed a picture of the ballot that people in the 1st District would actually be writing in, and it showed specifically that his sister was listed twice on the ballot. So naturally, when Obama and Hillary and Biden, they got the Working Families Party endorsement, and their names were listed twice on the presidential ballot.
But is that only in South Carolina, or is it in other states?
It could be in other states, but I think South Carolina is the only one that does it, as far as I know. I'd have to look it up.
When Colbert made a big deal, was he just talking about South Carolina? Did you guys kind of like, was it like a hot topic? Sorry, my cat just jumped up here and knocked up my stuff.
Yeah, okay.
I'll show you a picture of my cat later. Too bad we can't show the camera, because...
Kitty.
She's a little black cat.
What's her name?
Netsuko.
Netsuko.
Have you seen Demon Slayer?
No, I haven't watched that one yet.
Well, you gotta watch it next. Yeah, it's very good. You'll like it. Well, no, you seem to like comedies. I don't know. It's good. You'll like it. It's an action one, and the girl in it's named Netsuko, and she's this pretty black-haired girl, and my cat's a pretty black cat, so we named her Netsuko.
Okay.
All right, Joe, give me 1 second. I have to go to the bathroom really bad, so I'm going to mute myself. I'm still recording, so don't do anything too crazy. But I'll be back. I'll be back in 2 minutes. I promise. But it's still recording. I'll edit anything out if you don't want it there. Okay.
Greetings, people of the planet of the elves. My name is Robert C. McGee, aka Joe Praga, and I'm here at a party. So, how do you like it? What's better, this or that? That's it. It can go either way. Because let's face it, while our girl's in the can, anything goes. So, what's that call, man? Hello? Yeah. Well, same to you, pal. I hate telemarketers. Yeah, screw it. She's got to be a while.
What are you doing?
Oh, man. I lost again.
Joe, what are you doing?
That was some fun with your audience.
Oh well, we're not live, but
I know.
I'll watch it when I go to edit it.
Okay.
Do you want it? Well, if it's funny and it's not, I'll put it in there and you can tell me if you don't like it. Because this video can come out whenever we get where we want it to be.
Yeah. We could probably do a part 2 if we can, we could probably do a part 2 and announce that, the recording, like a few days in advance to get more user-submitted questions.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's my second channel. It's just going to be fun stuff. Like, it's not going to be really official edited stuff. We can even do Cecil and Joe Cracker review anime together.
Yeah! That'd be great.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's just, my second channel is just going to be fun. It's going to be easy, quick stuff. Because, for my main channel, it takes me months to edit stuff. Joe, where'd you go?
I'm still here. If you wanna review anime, have you watched this one?
No, what is that?
This Caretaker of Sunahara So. It's on Funimation.
Do you like cute? Is it cute?
Yeah, I got this cute kid. He's
Oh, it's a boy.
yeah, it's a young boy. Some people look at him and think he's a girl.
I thought he was a girl, yeah.
Yeah. Funny you say that, because in the show, he's basically moving to Tokyo to go to school to try to start things over. Because he's been treated like a girl and teased like a girl by his sister and everyone else for as long as he can remember.
Yeah.
And crazy hijinks ensue, man. The caretaker is this blonde with this really, really huge chest that really just and she's always teasing him and stuff, man. If you watch the first episode, you'll probably figure out if it's worth watching or not.
When did it come out?
I think that one came out in 2018.
Oh, so it's not that. It's pretty new.
Yeah.
What else besides anime do you like?
Where
are you going?
Let me see if I... Oh. I think I'll just have to,
Oh, I keep thinking he's going off screen. Yeah. Oh, neat.
Yeah. This is one of the advantages of, talking to you on a phone.
Well, I can't hook my phone up to my computer, so I don't get that advantage.
I can't see anything in these sunglasses.
But they make you look so cool.
I know. I'll be putting them back on when I get the back in. Tripod. Let's see. I'm gonna sit some of my favorites on the bed. So we can talk about a few of them.
Okay. She was like, what's he doing?
Maybe next time your cat can interview me.
Do you think she'd be better than me?
She can speak. She can talk, maybe.
She can talk to be better than me.
If
Joe.
her English is her ability to speak is anywhere as good as Luna's, then it'll be one hell of a show.
Oh, Luna from Sailor Moon?
Yeah.
Yeah, she kind of looks like Luna. She's a little black cat. She's kind of fat, though.
Without the crescent moon.
Yeah, she got a little white fuzz on her chest.
Yeah, Okay, here's one I got right here.
Mysterious Girl X. What's that?
Mysterious Girlfriend X. This boy, Tsubaki, he's basically sitting next to this girl in class who sleeps all the time in class, and one time he goes in to wake her up because school's over, and he notices that she drools in her sleep, and there's some on a desk.
Yeah.
And instead of just wiping it up, he actually tastes it.
Joe, what kind of anime is this?
It's the kind where saliva is used as a plot device, and it can actually be used as like some kind of a psychic link.
Huh. That's it. Is it a would you say it's like a romantic comedy?
Yeah, kind of like that.
Alright, what's your next anime?
Here's one that might recognize.
Oh, I know that one. I've not seen it, but I know the girl with the things around her wrist and she's just always lifting up her boobicles.
Yeah. I don't know whose idea to put that ribbon around their idea was.
A pervert.
Whether it was perverted or he just wanted something funny to look at.
I don't think he wants to look at it because it's funny. I think it's sexy.
Yeah, that could be it.
That could be it. Alright, next anime.
Okay. How's this?
Love and Chunobyo and Other Delusions? Never heard of this.
Chunibyo Illusions.
Huh. I thought I've heard of every anime, but Joe, you got some obscure stuff.
Yeah, that one's about a guy who has this girl in his class who's like really crazy. She thinks she's some sort of magical girl, but she's not.
Oh, that actually sounds good.
And there's also some really wacky fight scenes that take place, but they're all
in her head.
In her head.
That's all. That actually sounds really good. That seems like something my friends would like, because my friend's like magical girl.
You might want to censor this.
Okay. I'll be able to. Oh yeah, I'll censor that. To Love Rue.
Yeah. This girl shows up naked in this boy's bathtub while he's taking a bath. And now she's living on Earth and she's engaged to him.
Isn't that the
and
dream?
Try to go to school with him. Yeah, it'd be a crazy reality too, man.
What would you do if some like hot girl showed up in your bathtub?
I'd be like, bitch, get out of here!
You wouldn't want that? You wouldn't want a hot girl in your bathtub?
Unless it was my girlfriend Natalie, no.
Okay, what if it was your girlfriend Natalie and she was like a bunny girl and she just appears in your bathtub, like bunny ears and a Playboy suit? That's great, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You say if it's like your woman.
First, ask like, where'd you get the bunny suit?
Amazon, obviously, Joe.
Yeah. Here. Okay, here's the next one.
Oh, I know that one.
Probably have to show it to you again. It's called My Love Story. This boy named Takio Goda.
Yeah.
He's a 10th grader. That's basically first year of high school in Japan, right?
Okay.
And he ends up meeting this girl on a train after she's getting groped by this groper. Who's and he also has this good-looking friend of his that the girls always seem to be attracted to. But after he meets this girl, the girl wants to go out with him and not his friend. and he doesn't get it. You'll have to watch the first 3 episodes to.
I would watch that one.
Yeah, it's called My Love Story, and it's dubbed on High Dive and Verve. There's probably one that he might like.
Testament. I can't see the bottom part. What's it say on the bottom? Sister, New Devil. What's that?
Oh, this boy's has these 2 new stepsisters that just moved in that his father said to take care of. Thing is, like, his father ends up getting killed, and now he's stuck with these girls.
Oh no! But they're hot,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and kind of devilish, if you know what I mean.
So extra hot.
Not just extra hot, but like super hot, like the fires of hell and damnation.
Yeah, is that a bad thing? That's awesome, right?
Yeah. Yeah, here's another one right here.
What's that say? I can't see. I keep seeing like the little. You give like a camera over it. It's my like icons. It's called.
I
don't know that one.
Scum's Wish.
Scum's Wish?
Yeah.
Like a scumbag?
Not really. This boy and this girl are in love with 2 separate people. The girl is in love with a guy that she's known for all her life, who becomes one of her teachers. And the boy is in love with another teacher who's also used to be his private tutor. And when they find out that they're in love with these 2 people, they decide they're going to just talk about their unrequited love, and all of a sudden they're just end up being like each other's replacements or something.
Oh, so it's a little scummy. Like they're replacing their loves with each other.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. But this one is more straightforward.
What's it called? I can't tell, but I see a lot of big boobs.
Yeah.
What is this one called?
My first girlfriend is a gal. You have to.
Oh, is it a gal? Like a gyaru?
A gal?
They're like the blonde girls with a tan skin?
Yeah. Yeah, this boy, Junichi, his friends try hooking him up with this girl. Basically they're referred to as gals. They dress differently. They talk a lot of slang terms as well. And and also here's another one right here.
What's that one called? UO holder?
UQ holder.
What's a UQ holder?
Someone who's trying to restore the world after a post-apocalyptic event. It's not as crazy as Evangelion, but it's up there.
When did it come out?
It came out in I think it came out only a few years ago.
Oh, really? Yeah. Your camera went off.
And here's another one, right here.
I know that one. That's the one everyone really likes. That has a spider girl in it. Who's your favorite girl?
I kind of like the one who's the snake, and the one who's the centaur, and the one with the wings.
So all of them, but the spider?
The spider's kind of kinky.
Oh, is she? I haven't seen.
Yeah. And let's not forget the last one.
You like Sailor Moon. Who's your favorite Sailor Scout?
I like them all.
You have to have a favorite, Joe. You have to pick one. Pick two.
If I could pick two out of them, I'd have to say Sailor Mercury, or because she's like the super smart one.
Mm-hmm.
And then like Sailor Jupiter, because she's like the super strong one. Yeah, like she like to. Yeah, she's like a.
She's the athletic one.
Yeah.
All right, so now we've had Joe's anime reviews. Do you want to have the two questions we got? So we got some user submitted questions. Not very many this time, but of course we can continue it later.
What are they?
This was a stupid question. I'll ask you anyway, but they don't know who you are, and it's stupid. They said, ask him what it's like owning the Cracker Barrel franchise. Do you own the Cracker Barrel franchise, Joe?
No, I don't. I don't even own a single share in there. I've been to Cracker Barrel before. There's one in Rock Hill. I think there's one in hold on a second.
There's another question. Do you know Kiwi Farms, right? I've seen you post there.
Yeah.
Apparently the owner of Kiwi Farms fucking hates you.
He does?
Well, there's a guy on there, anytime you post, I remember this, anytime he would post, he had a dog avatar that looked like a gray dog, and you would post and respond to your post. Do you remember him? This was years ago.
I'd have to actually look at the thread to see exactly who you're talking about. What's his username?
Null?
Null?
Yeah. He owns the website, apparently. I remember, he doesn't hate you. I was exaggerating. He runs the website, so he has very little patience for people, and I think he was just funny towards you in the thread.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm speaking out my own butt here.
I basically went there in the first place because someone posted a pirated copy of an Unknown Creature on their YouTube channel.
Oh.
I basically went on there telling them to take it down, or I'd DMCA them.
Well, they don't listen to people over there. Like, that's the thing. That website, you can't get the people on Kiwi Farms to take anything down. It's just up to them. But the good thing about that website is they're just regulated to their own little corner. So, Peen, you know Peen, right?
Yeah.
So,
but if you want...
Oh, yes?
Yeah, if you want craziest stuff, you gotta go like 4chan or 8chan.
8chan's not around anymore.
Yeah, but that's where the crazier stuff was.
Yeah. I never win. I don't get image boards at all. But Peen has a question for you.
Okay.
He said, Peen's question is there any point where you considered giving up the situation? Why did you pick a video game forum to talk about a sequel to a TV show? Does music make him... Alright, we'll do the first question first. Is there any point where you considered giving up on the situation? He's talking about the Zelda movie.
Yeah, I basically decided just to give it up because, let's just face it, Deke was never going to try to get the license to Zelda back just because someone wrote a script for a movie.
Alright, and the next question is, why did you pick a video game forum to talk about a sequel to a TV show?
Sequel to a TV show. I have to know what TV show they were talking about.
They're talking about why did you go to IGN forums to discuss a sequel to the DIC Deke TV show.
Well, let's face it, IGN was basically basically a site where they talked about video games and movies. They did news stories about them. Plus, when I found their online forums, I thought it would be the perfect place to talk about it.
Hey, Joe, give me 1 second.
Okay.
You froze in OBS. So I'm
All right.
fixing that and start over. No capture. Yeah, you just were like stuck. Okay. I got you back. Alright, so start over with that question.
Well, let's face it. IGN was basically a website where they posted news stories about movies and video games. It was one of the very few sites that was doing that at the time. And when I found their online forums, it was it seemed like the right place to do it.
Okay, and then he had one last question for you.
Okay.
This is a stupid one. Does music make you lose control?
I think he's talking about the dancing triangle meme.
Oh, I thought it was the song. Music makes me lose control. Music makes me lose control.
Yeah, I can do that dance. It's easy.
Yeah, does it make you lose control?
Yeah. Yeah. Music makes you lose control. Music makes you lose control.
Isn't that Missy Elliott?
Missy Elliott, get your freak on.
I love Missy Elliott. She's great. Do you like any... Here's a question for me. What kind of music do you like, Joe?
Ever listen to a Celtic Woman?
No.
Oh, man, you should, man.
Oh, my other cat's sitting here listening to you now.
Well...
My brown cat.
Yeah. If you thought Japan had some good stuff, wait until you get to the stuff that Ireland has.
Yeah?
That's where the music's at.
I like Irish music.
Yeah.
I like Viking music.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen. That's basically all I know.
More than I know. Trying to think. Do you hate anybody from the IGN forums?
There's not anyone from there that I really hate with a passion. There isn't really anyone there I hate at all, except for the someone who said that I was the moderator who said I was unbanned and allowed me to come back, and then changed his mind saying that I was banned a little longer. And when I asked him about that, he said it was some sort of mistake. It was set to the wrong person.
Oh, you weren't supposed to be unbanned or not supposed to be banned?
I was on the Sailor Moon forums for a time, and I got involved with this one person who was trying to do like some Sailor Moon videos. I posted an Indiegogo campaign to get some money to fund their project. I post on the IGN forums. They think it's a pyramid scheme.
On the IGN forum, so you don't like that about them?
Yeah. They basically thought that a crowdfunding campaign for Sailor Moon fanfiction was a pyramid scheme. Do you believe that?
No, that's a fucking terrible pyramid scheme. Because that makes no sense.
Yeah. That's a pyramid scheme is where you try to sell
things to people, yeah.
And then you get them to try to sell the same product. And then you get those guys, get the other guys to sell the same product. And it builds on top of each other like a pyramid.
Yeah.
And not what was happening.
I don't know what the pyramid would be for Sailor Moon fanfiction.
I would.
Do you still write fan fiction, Joe?
I got my Zelda fan fiction on hold right now. I'm writing Sailor Moon fan fiction right now. I wrote this. I actually wrote this one piece that's on fanfiction.net.
Yeah. Do you still write on there?
Yeah, it's basically set a few months after the events of 2013. You know, like the Mayan calendar, how the world was supposed to end on December 21st, 2012.
Yeah.
I basically decided that should be the exact date when the Crystal Palace arrives in Tokyo.
Is that a Sailor Moon thing?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know Sailor Moon. My favorite Sailor Scout is Venus.
Yeah. And in the meantime, on the other side of the world, this one guy, who is an ex-Delta Force Ranger, is trying to come to grips with the death of his wife and his son, who were murdered while they were on a trip to Prague.
To where?
Prague, Ukraine.
Yeah.
They decided to go on a trip there. It basically wound up being the last as a family.
Oh, wait, and how do they deal with being involved in the Sailor Moon plot?
Well, one day, he ends up being thrown across his house and crashes into his bathroom sink. And when the EMTs check on him, they're like, "You're okay. You're just lucky to end up with this crescent moon burn mark on your forehead."
Ooh, so like he's part of the moon people?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that's a relief. How long until it heals? The medic says probably like a few weeks. Just put this on it to keep from getting infected. But the thing is, it doesn't go away.
Well, obviously.
Yeah. And basically, he ends up starts feeling all these strange things. He doesn't know what it is, and he suddenly realizes it's the emotions of everyone else around him.
Oh, so he starts getting like empathy, like superpower empathy.
Yeah. And the only way he can suppress the powers is by wearing something around it. Because remember the first episode when Luna had the Band-Aids on her head?
I have not watched Sailor Moon since I was 8, so I'll take your word for it. She had to wear Band-Aids on her head?
Yeah, she had 2 bandages on her head covering her crescent moon. It was suppressing her ability to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Use her senses. So when he figures out that he can do the same thing, he decides to take like a Rambo-like bandana or sweatband to cover it up. And then he finds something unusual in his wife's belongings that he never knew she had.
And what was that?
A Sailor V manga.
So what does that mean?
He doesn't, for one thing, he's never seen it before. He packed those boxes himself. Basically, everything that belonged to his wife and his son are now packed up in boxes. He just didn't have the heart to throw all that stuff out in the garbage because there's like 4 or 5 years worth of memories in this one room, and they're all in these boxes. So he decided, since he can't read Japanese, he just looks at the pictures, and he notices right on the cover that she has the same crescent moon mark that he has.
It says
he even takes it to his bathroom, looks in the mirror, and then all of a sudden something falls out.
Mm-hmm.
A note was left in its pages saying, "Seek her out."
Seek who out?
Basically, the note is in his wife's handwriting.
Hmm?
And he didn't have this crescent moon when she was alive.
Mm-hmm.
It only just showed up a month ago. So he decides that he's gonna go.
He's gonna go
But,
where? I'm a little confused.
He's gonna go to Tokyo,
Okay.
specifically Juban, to see where the book was printed. See if he can find out any additional information.
Okay.
So when he gets there, he basically goes to the Crown Juice Bar. Do you know that?
Oh, is it from Sailor Moon?
Yeah, that's they had an arcade, and the guys who owned the arcade also owned a juice bar.
Okay. I'm following.
Well, he goes in. The guy who was basically in love with Ray, Sailor Mars, he's there. He's waiting to meet her. And they both sit together. He shows him the manga. And he tells him that he's got not just any Sailor V manga, it's an unpublished one.
Yeah.
And this unpublished manga has been like an internet rumor since the late 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were going to release this new one, but as interest died down in the manga, they just decided to stop printing them. The company had moved on to other things and eventually folded.
What's Sailor V? Is that Sailor Venus?
Yeah, it's a Sailor V manga.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Ray walks in and meets him, you know she's psychic, right?
No, but now I do.
Yeah. When she gets close to him to get a better look at the manga, she automatically senses something about him.
He's got a crescent moon.
She doesn't see the crescent moon right away. He's wearing the bandana the whole time.
But she can sense it.
She doesn't sense that he has a crescent moon. She just senses there's something strange about him.
Okay.
But the thing is, he's not the only one who suddenly had a crescent moon show up on his forehead. There are millions of others.
Oh, why?
All around the world.
The Crystal Castle? Crystal Palace.
Yeah, the Crystal Palace is accelerating awakenings. And he basically says, if any of you survive this, tell Kim Jong-un I said to go to hell. And then he just grabs her by the neck and tries to choke her, and she loses control of the vehicle. Luna and Artemis jump on him and claw him.
Yeah?
And he throws the two cats off of him. And he's about to get Ray. She's about to beat him up, and then Ray basically pulls his bandana off his head, and all of a sudden he's just feeling everything that they're feeling.
Yeah.
And this is unlike anything he's felt so far.
Joe, can I cut you off to let people come and want to read your fan fiction? Because you're telling me everything, and I think you want people to go read it, right?
Yeah, you can insert a little bit of snippets.
No, this is a teaser for your fanfiction. Where can you go read this? Fanfiction.net?
Yeah, I'll send you a link that you could post. So you could probably post the link right here.
Yeah. Well,
the
best way to do it is say, link is in the description if you want to go read Joe's fan. Because no one can click the link on the screen. But people will go down the description. I'll post a link to it. And
yeah, you can even try doing a QR code.
It's best just to do a clickable link. How could people support your fanfiction? Do you like comments?
Yeah, I like comments. I like
Followers?
say something about it on the. Yeah, you can follow a writer on fanfiction.net. There's even a mobile app on iOS.
Oh, okay.
It'll actually read it for you. Okay, for all you cats out there, how's it going? I guess COVID has made going on the prowl pretty difficult. Probably your owners have got you locked up in the house. They're not letting the cat out at night. Well, there's another solution for that. The scratching post. That's right. The scratching post will soothe your feline angst and give you a little bit of satisfaction until the COVID is over. So scratch that scratching post until you can't scratch it anymore. Because let's face it, it ain't fun right now.
All right. So, we're closing up the interview. What are your final thoughts?
Yeah.
Just you first.
Well, if more people out there had bigger ears, we'd probably get people to listen more.
Well, I have big ears myself because I'm an elf.
Yeah.
What do you want people to listen to?
Listen to the experts. Wear the masks. Get your vaccines. Let's face it. This pandemic is not going to end with you just sitting around waiting for it to end. You got to be proactive. You got to wear your mask when you go out so you don't catch it. And you got to roll up your sleeve and get your vaccine, because I did. I'm due to go get my second shot in a couple of weeks. Because I posted video of me getting my first shot on my social media.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna insert a clip of that right here.
Okay. Yeah, I'll put a clip of it. Just send it to me later and I'll put it in here. And where can people follow you after this interview?
You can follow me at JoeCracker963. That's Twitter. JoeCracker_FNX on TikTok.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
And Instagram, what's your Instagram?
JoeCracker_FNX.
Okay. Their Instagram and TikTok are both Joe_FNX.
I mean PNX.
Oh, PNX. Okay.
Yeah, like.
Anywhere else?
Well, I also you can also read some more of my fan fiction on fanfiction.net, because I also got this other piece of fan fiction in the works. You think Tuxedo Mask is the only one who wears a tuxedo? Yes, again.
Well, you have to tell me about that in the next interview.
Yeah.
But what's your fanfiction.net account?
I'll send you a link.
Okay. Link in the description, fanfiction.net. Instagram will be linked there, TikTok, and Twitter for Joe. He's a very fun guy. Yeah, look at it. And watch the Crackomentary to learn a little background about how he became a well-known eccentric on the internet. Thanks for coming in, Joe. I'm going to close it now, And I'll talk to you in a second on Discord.
Cracker size and alpha size.
Good night. So that was tonight's show. Hope you all enjoyed it. Go ahead and check out Joe's documentary on my main channel, and Joe's channel to keep up with Joe. If you have any questions for Joe, go ahead and ask. This is the first episode of this, so I don't know, it could have been a little boring. I'll get better. And my cat just jumped down from the desk. Suffer lightly.